to do. I could be running or I'm chasing you, but I won't. Cause I got better things to do. Rather spend my precious time.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Brainley's virtual tour pit stop. Like I said, everything on this channel is alleged. In my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. So I just have a lot to say about a lot of things, and this is one of them. So in the recent episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Kimmie and Maurice and Kiowa, Maurice's ex-wife, were talking about Monster and how he's not stepping up. And so Kimmie said that you're not spending enough time with him. Or Maurice said, and I quote, I pick him up from school and I take him to school. And Kimmie said that's not spending time. And I totally agree. Me and my dad's, our relationship is we are real with each other from the jump. If I do something great, they're going to let me know. If I do something bad, they're going to let me know. But yes, my dads did take me to school and pick me up from school, but also me and my dad went to Best Buy. We still go to Best Buy. And guess what? We both go to the clearance section first thing. We go out to eat. We go, try fun things. I remember one of my favorite things to do with my family is go to Branson, Missouri. And my dad wanted to go zip lining. I didn't want to because I was just terrified. I'm like, well, if the wire snaps, but still it was building a relationship through the power of shared experiences. Not to mention, there have been talks that I've had with my dads that have enriched my life beyond measure. And I honestly do believe that, the words of Dr. Phil, parents do write on the slate that children are. And I'm speaking on this topic from the point of view of being a son. I think the topic of, Kimmie and Maurice and what he said in the interview was just beyond disgusting. And I think that with Maurice, the reason why he seems so aloof to his responsibilities of being a parent is because he's aloof to being responsible for himself and seeing what his value is and investing into him. Because when you invest into yourself, you're going to invest into the responsibilities around you. Monster is 16 years old. He's basically 2 years away from being an adult. You don't have time to retrain. You don't. All you can do now is give the best that you have from what you have to give. And that may be a failing guide, but you're not being a dad. You're absolutely not. And you have every right to say, well, Braylon, you're not in my house. You can't tell me what to do. You're right. No one can tell you what to do. But for your wife to say that picking him up from school and taking him to school is not spending time with him clearly shows to me and everybody else that you're not doing enough. It clearly shows that. I know that a lot of times when it comes to being a dad, it is a role that some people were ready for, some people were not ready for, some people grow into. But it seems to me, Maurice, you have been living your life for yourself for a very long time. And just seems like this was like an extracurricular activity of raising your kid. No disrespect. I'm just giving my commentary. Like I said, everything is alleged, in my opinion, and it's for entertainment purposes only. However, the same token, I do believe that there has to be some good in you, right? I try to believe the best in people, although sometimes I cannot stand people. Let's go ahead and be real. I think we all have been in a mode where, there's a day where we're having a day and we can't stand anybody. Sometimes even our own self. But what you have to recognize is if you do not invest now, or if you do not recognize, rather, what you have not done, I promise you, what Monster will do out in the world will be based on what you did not give him. And as a man, our job is to protect, profess, and provide. And our identity comes from who we have in our life, how we give to them, and how we receive their energy. That's how we are defined, at least from my point of view. Right now, I am, in the words of Nelly Furtado, I'm like a bird, I always fly away. I don't know where I'm going, but I know my wings work because I'm flying somewhere. I know I'm not a singer, y'all. I know I am not a singer, okay? You do not have to leave in the comment section. But to Nelly Furtado's song that I am like a bird, guess what? In order to fly, you have to be kicked out the nest. But guess what? When you get kicked out the nest, guess what? Your wings work. Your wings work. The reason why you don't want to fly at first is because you're just like, oh my God, I've been so used to this nest. And I think because you have flown so high for yourself, you just feel like, okay, I'm going to just kick you out the nest and that's the way we're going to practice. No, you have to fly with your son. You have to spend time with him. Sometimes go into Dave and Buster's and say, hey, listen, if you beat me at skee ball, I'll get you a Nintendo Switch. Make it fun. Us sons love a challenge when we feel like we are being held to the carpet. There's something at stake because that gives us the chance to build our value. Not to mention, too, I was a recluse for a very long time. Towards the later years at my parents' house, I would, go to school, come home, stay in my room, come out to use the restroom to eat. That's about it. And what I felt from doing that was just nothing but pain because I can't get that time back. But what I can do is use what they've invested in me. And they say, train your child or raise up your child with everything you have so that way they will not depart. I'm paraphrasing from the Bible, but that's basically it. Give them everything you have so that way they'll have a guide. And so I feel that the reason why Monster is not where he is because maybe you didn't give him a guide, but also bigger than you not giving him a guide, you don't have a guide for yourself to be the man that you need to be for you. So that is my genuine take. I think that Monster has the possibilities to be anything that he wants to be. But those possibilities start with him recognizing that he is a possibility. And you, Maurice, has to see within yourself that, okay, maybe I don't know what possibilities are for me as Maurice, but just because I don't know who I am doesn't mean I cannot allow my son not to know who he is. Because at the end of the day, the blessings and curses that will come to your son's life will be dictated based on how you see yourself, with the blessings you have and the curses that you have made it through. So I'm praying for Monster. I'm praying for Maurice. I'm praying for everybody on that show, honestly, because at the end of the day, this show, I feel like, how can I put this? I feel like if you work at a toxic workplace and you hear that the store or the office or corporation, whatever, is about to close, some people will be naturally sad because they have built family, friendships, relationships, what have you. But then for other people who have been through toxic situations at said place, they're like, oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. And you're like, can you not be a little sensitive here? We just lost our jobs. And guess what? Yeah, you did lost your job, but you also are still above the ground to find your peace. So when Monster does leave the house, he will not be your only influence. But while you do have him, be the best influence for him. So that is my take on everything. Like I said, like, comment, share, and subscribe. This was another Brainly virtual tour pit stop of Maurice from LMAH, Love and Marriage Huntsville. You're not being a dad. We need to talk. Much love, everybody.
I got a gotta tell you something I could do. I could be running or I'm chasing you, but I won't. Cause I got better things to do. Rather spend my precious time chasing somebody who loves me too.